The most valuable free thing on YouTube is getting found in search, and almost nobody does it right. 2 videos, same topic, same week. One gets found and pulls 20,000 views over a year. The other never surfaces and dies at 200. The whole difference was the title, and whether search could match it to a real person. Getting found pays you back for free for years. And here's the piece that catches almost everyone. That box you probably spend the most time filling in, cramming in tag after tag after tag, it does almost nothing. YouTube says so itself, out loud, and I'll show you the exact page. Meanwhile, the thing that decides whether you're ever seen takes about 5 words to get right.
Kai here, and I'll be the wet blanket as usual. When a beginner hears YouTube SEO, they picture stuffing secret keywords into some hidden box to trick the algorithm. That whole mental model is about a decade out of date. Chasing it burns an afternoon per video and buys you basically nothing.
Michael here. The way it actually works is simpler and honestly more fair. Your title is a door. Someone types a few words into the search bar, and YouTube goes looking for the door whose sign matches what they ask for. If your sign says something clever but unsearchable, the door may as well not exist. No trick required. Just, does your title match the words real people actually type?
I'm Liam, and I'll plant the fight we're going to have at the end. A title has 2 jobs, and they pull against each other. 1. Match the search so you get found. 2. Be interesting enough that a human actually clicks. Lean too hard on either one and you strangle the other. Hold on to that because it's the real argument of this whole video.
So here's the plan. First, the biggest myth in the game, so you stop wasting time on it. Then the exact way to write a title that gets found and earns the click, the same handful of shapes we'd reach for ourselves. Then a tool that does the heavy lifting, and a free one built right into YouTube that most people don't even know is there. And everything we cover, the title framework and a keyword checklist, is free over at grow.professorerica.com, so you're never doing this from memory. Let's go kill that myth.
Let's start by killing the biggest myth in the game because it'll save you the most time. Tags. Those keyword labels you type in on the upload screen. For years, the gospel was to cram that box full. Misspellings, synonyms, competitor names, the whole kitchen sink. And here's what YouTube's own help page says about them. Not a rumor, not a guru theory. The platform itself, on the record. Tags play a minimal role in your video's discovery, and they're mainly useful only if your topic is commonly misspelled. That's the whole story. Read it twice. Minimal role. The thing beginners pour 20 minutes into.
So where did the ranking power actually go? Into the things a human sees and reacts to. That same page comes right out and says it. Your title, your thumbnail, and your description are the metadata that drive discovery. The system got good enough to basically watch and listen to your video, so it doesn't need you hand labeling it anymore.
The whole ranking picture in 2026 is genuinely short. On one side, what actually moves you? A title that matches the search, a thumbnail that earns the click, and then the big one, watch time and whether people were satisfied. On the other side, what barely matters? Tags, stuffing keywords into the description, and posting 50 times a week. YouTube flat out says growth is not tied to how often you upload.
And this is genuinely good news, especially if you're using AI to help you work faster. You cannot keyword trick your way to the top anymore. Which means the winner is just whoever picked a searchable idea and made something people actually wanted to finish. A tool can hand you the words. It can't fake the watch time. That part is still 100% you.
So if tags are a rounding error and the title is the whole ball game, the real question is obvious. How do you write one that gets found and gets clicked? There's a repeatable way, and it starts with a move almost nobody bothers to make. One thing before the next part, and then we move right on. If any of this is clicking, tap that like, hit subscribe, and ring the bell for the next one. It takes a second, it costs nothing, and it helps more than you would think. Okay, the title itself. It has to pull off 2 things at once. Match what people search and make a human want to click. Here's the method that does both, and it opens with the one move almost nobody bothers with.
Front-load the keyword, put the exact words people type at the very front of your title. The shape is simple. First slot, your primary keyword, the phrase someone actually searches. Second slot, your hook, the reason to click. A number, a promise, a gap. And there's a hard reason for that order. Phones chop your title off after a few words. Bury the keyword at the end, and on a small screen it's the part that gets cut so nobody searching ever sees it.
And you can watch this exact rule playing out in real search results right now. Look at what ranks for a competitive term. Notice something. Almost every single title front-loads the keyword, then adds the hook. That's not a coincidence. That's the pattern working on the videos that won the page.
And here's where people drive straight off a cliff. Isn't stuffing in more keywords always better? It feels like it should be, and it's dead wrong. Front-loading the keyword does not mean saying it 3 times. Best AI voice generator, AI Voices 2026. That's not a title, that's a keyword salad, and it reads as spam to a human and to YouTube. Say the keyword once, naturally, up front. Then earn the click like a person, not a robot.
And this is exactly where a tool pulls its weight. This is vidIQ's title tool, Live. You describe your video, and it pulls what people are actually searching, scores the competition, and suggests title phrasings you can generate in a click. But watch what it's really doing. It's handing you raw material. It's not picking the winner. It doesn't know your angle, or whether that shiny promise is one your video can actually keep. That judgment is yours.
So the workflow is dead simple. Have the tool brainstorm 10 title options in a few seconds. Then you, the human, cross out every one that overpromises, or that you can't actually deliver on. Whatever's left that's both searchable and true, that's your shortlist. The tool did the fast part. You did the uncomfortable part.
So you front-loaded the keyword, and you've got a short list of titles you can stand behind. Which leaves 2 questions. What shapes make that hook land, and how do you know which title actually wins? Both are next, and one of them is completely free.
So which hooks actually land? There are really only 4 shapes worth reaching for, and they're the same 4, no filler, we'd use ourselves. Shape 1. The knowledge gap. You promise something the viewer doesn't know yet. Write YouTube scripts that don't sound AI. Shape 2. The direct benefit. You name the payoff. Get found on YouTube for free. Shape 3. The common mistake. You flag the trap. The title mistake that buries your video. And shape 4. The number drop. 4 title shapes that actually rank. Pick the one that fits your video, front-load your keyword into it. Done.
Quick, and this matters. None of those 4 shapes means lie to people.
Completely right, and thank you for jumping in on it. A shape is a frame for a promise that's true. The title mistake that buries your video only works if the video actually shows that mistake. The moment the shape is hiding an empty box, it stops being a hook and becomes a bounce, and the watch time punishes you for it.
So you've got a short list of honest, keyword front titles. How do you know which one actually wins? You don't guess, and you don't argue about it. You let real viewers, scrolling on their phones, vote with their attention. And YouTube built a free tool to run exactly that vote for you.
It's called Test and Compare, and it lives right in YouTube Studio. Here's how it runs. You hand it up to 3 titles for the same video. YouTube quietly shows each one to a slice of real viewers. Then YouTube measures which title kept people watching and rolls that winner out to everybody. The huge detail most people miss. I crown the most clicks. It crowns the most watch time. And it doesn't cost a cent. You just need advanced features switched on.
And if you want to test before you hit that size gate, the paid tools do it too. This is TubeBuddy. It's got a title optimizer, a keyword explorer, an SEO score, and title A/B testing baked in. Useful genuinely, but be clear on what you're paying for. It speeds up the research. It still can't write your angle or judge your promise.
And you don't have to pay a thing to start. Both vidIQ and TubeBuddy run a free tier that covers the basics, so try them free first and only upgrade when you actually hit a wall. One habit though, since prices in this niche move monthly. Check today's number on the tool's own page before you ever put in a card. Not from a review, not from us.
So shapes chosen, and a free way to let viewers pick the winner. Which lands us on the fight Liam promised at the very start. Do you write the title for the search or for the click? Because those two goals really do pull apart, and getting the balance wrong costs you views either way. Here's the fight that decides how you write every title from here on. Two schools, and they genuinely disagree. One says, optimize for the search. Match the exact words people type and get found, because a title nobody can find is worthless no matter how catchy it is. The other says, optimize for the click. Make it irresistible, because a title nobody taps is worthless no matter how well it ranks. Kai lives in the first camp. Liam in the second. Kai, make the case. Why does the search match come first?
Because if the search can't find you, nothing else even gets a turn. You can write the most tempting title on earth, but if it doesn't contain the words people type, it never enters the race. Getting found is the free, compounding part that's the whole prize. So I match the search first, exact keyword up front, and I make it interesting second. Rank first, charm second.
Hold there, Liam, he just filed your whole side under charm. Is a search perfect title actually enough on its own?
Not even close, and here's the hole in it. A title can rank number 1 and still get scrolled straight past. Ranking gets you onto the shelf. The click is what gets you off it. I would rather be the third result with a title people cannot resist than the first result nobody bothers to tap. And it feeds back. When humans choose you, that is the exact signal that tells YouTube you're worth pushing to more people.
But chase the click too hard, and you slide into clickbait. Overpromise, people bounce in 10 seconds, and now your watch time is in the basement, which is the one thing that actually matters.
That's a dishonest title, not a bold one.
Sure, a dishonest one. But the line between bold and dishonest is thinner than you're admitting, and beginners cross it constantly trying to squeeze out one more click.
So let me put a real answer on this, because the platform itself already settled the argument and most people never noticed. When you run YouTube's own free title test, what does it crown as the winner? Not the most clicks. The title with the most watch time.
Which means a title that wins the click but loses the viewer actually loses the test.
And a title nobody clicks never earns any watch time in the first place. So we're each about half right, aren't we?
You are, and that's the clear-eyed verdict. It was never rank it or click it. A strong title does both in order, so here's exactly what I do on every single upload. Match the search first, so you're found. Then earn a click that converts to watch time you can actually keep. And here's the tiebreaker, straight from YouTube's own free tool. It rewards the title that keeps people watching, not the one that just tricks them through the door. So the smart play is simple. Write for the search, hook like a human, and never promise what the video won't deliver. Do that, and the algorithm is quietly on your side, for free, for years. Quick recap before we close. Getting found is the one free compounding lever on YouTube, and your title unlocks it. Tags barely matter, YouTube says so itself. Front load your keyword, then earn the click with a real hook.
The rule I'd tattoo on your hand. Say the keyword once at the very front, then stop. Keyword salad is not SEO, it's spam to humans and to the algorithm.
Your first move tonight. Open your last video, rewrite the title so the search phrase sits right at the front, and start a free test and compare against it. Let real viewers pick the winner while you sleep.
And my plain caveat, a best title in the world can't save a video people don't finish. A title wins the click. The video has to keep them. Packaging opens the door. The content makes them stay.
Next in the series, we take every tool we've covered, idea, script, voice, video, thumbnail, and this SEO layer, and bolt them into one repeatable workflow you run every week.
If this saved you from another video nobody could find, hit like and subscribe and send it to a friend whose videos deserve more views. We're building this whole faceless roadmap one link at a time, and the title framework and keyword checklist are free at grow.professorerica.com.
Here's the one we could only half settle, so settle it for us in the comments. For your next upload, would you write the title for the search or for the click?
Now take what you learned and go make it count. This is Professor Erica signing off.